I need two. I'm recording you now because this is glamorous. Trash cans down there, dear.
Thanks, babe. My good knees will go down here.
Whatever. We're wrapping up. Put some windshield washer fluid in. Look at this. We had the truck detailed since we've been back, and it is stinking amazing. It was $375. Every little nook, cranny, they pulled out everything in the doors. They're well worth it. After 2.5 years, it was well worth it. All right, we're hitting the road off for the rest of the year. It's gonna be a whirlwind. You guys need to buckle up. Gonna roll the intro. I'm gonna jump into this video as soon as Sheila gets back from, taking the trash. Put some windshield washer fluid in. Here's a tip. So, these little port areas here, through the course of time, what I generally will do is put some dielectric grease on my plug to go in there. Dielectric grease, so the connections stay good and I don't get a lot of corrosion. There's an RV tip for you. All right, it's time to back up, hook up. We've been home for a bit, seeing family.
A man and a woman left their home to switch things up and go on the road. They didn't know where they would go, but it's gotta be better than staying home. They switched it up. They switched it up. Take me out, I wanna see big, big lights, they shine on me. I wanna lay my head and feel the beat. That's my way. That's my way. Take me out, I wanna hear.
Oh boy, you're in for a treat. Today, we just made it to McDonald, Kansas. I just got the awnings out, scooters out, and making sure the truck's undone. We have to do some updates for you guys. There's so many different things that have happened. Our #1 video, believe it or not, was our top 4 things to upgrade immediately. It's now over 100,000 views. And so I thought, you know what would be a good thing to do is right now, as we're getting all set up and stuff, I'll go in and find Sheila. Let's just update you on everything from the top 4 that we did a while back to kind of everything that's happening because the year is half over. Okay, let's see if we can find Sheila.
Yes.
Would you like to come out and we'll do an update video for everyone? They can't see you in there. Would you like to come out and play?
Is that an option?
Yeah, it's an option.
It is an option?
Yes.
Okay. No. Yes, let me get some shoes.
All right, Sheila, I got you to come out.
He got me to come outside.
We need to be doing these updates. So since half of the year is completely done.
Which is crazy that it's already June.
And we've made it to Sheila's hometown of McDonald, Kansas.
It's a big metropolis.
It's pretty massive.
We have one paved road.
Yes.
Yep.
And this time we're camping in this field where custom cutters come. If you don't know what a custom cutter is, there's a tribe of these people that just travel from the south to the north cutting wheat and other crops. And this is a little place that's here that
they can get all hooked up and they can work for a couple weeks while they're in the field and then they move to the next field.
Yeah.
Works out well.
And they keep traveling north.
Yes.
So we're staying right here for the next few nights, this is nice. It's out of the way.
We're here to catch up, see some family. My mom lives here, so in fact, I'm making dinner so we can go over and have dinner with her here in a little bit. So just catching up with family, which is what we've been doing for the last I don't know, 5-6 weeks, just kind of visiting family, just kind of like retooling, relaxing, getting with family before we go for the next half of the year.
And there is a ton of stuff. That's why I thought, okay, so my plan here is to get you up to speed.
Oh, you have a plan.
Yeah, there's a plan. My plan is to give them the updates of, we did a video about a year ago, the top 4 upgrades to do immediately.
Oh,
and
yes.
I think after 1 year, we never see people do like a follow-up. So 1 year later, I want to walk around and show them that.
Show them how. Well, and we get a lot of emails and questions about some of those things, like how are they holding up? So that's good. You can give them a little, give them a little glance.
But besides that, I wanted you to give them an update on everything that's been happening behind the scenes, so they can have an idea of like what's going on with the events and what's structured for the rest of the year and what they can look forward to, and you know, that kind of stuff.
Well, for the remaining of this year, we have 2 huddles left that you can come and join us and just kind of hang out, get to meet more of the Switch crew. But there's also 10 crew campouts that are scheduled all across the United States, from Utah to Kentucky and Virginia, all over, north up into South Dakota. You can find all the information out at our website, which is GoSwitchItUp.com. However, what is a crew campout? It's just like, you know, maybe 6 to 10 people getting together. So they're a lot more intimate, just little hangout camping spots where you get to meet the crew. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's about relationships. So if you're watching this video and it's past the time, go to our website, because then you can see all of the updates that are constantly happening with the huddles and the crew campouts and things that we've developed to help structure and build community, because that way we're not alone when we're traveling on the road. It's just a lot more fun to travel with other people.
What we're very passionate about is just getting the crew together. So whether it's at a huddle or a crew camp out, and right now I am working diligently to get next year structured and laid out, because we have to be about a year in advance in order to make all these things happen. So we hope you'll come and join us. We'd love to meet you and introduce you to the rest of the crew as we're meeting them along the way.
Yeah, I think we really focus heavily in comparison to like a lot of other channels and content that we talk about the RV and we go see things and do all that, but it really is for us getting together and building and just doing some unique and different things.
Well, and I think that is the only reason why we're still on the road.
Yes.
A lot of you, like when we first started out, you like barely saw me in front of the camera. And it wasn't until I started meeting some of you that I'm like, oh, there's people behind this screen. So now I'm just talking to my friends and my new friends, my old friends. And I just want you to come hang out and so we can get to meet you and hear your story.
And you can do all the things, like you can comment, you can subscribe, you can do all that stuff. But when you start commenting, we get to start knowing who you are and stuff. So that's kind of important. Is that it for those updates?
I'm just working. I'm working hard.
Yeah, we're going to go see your mom here in a second.
Yes, I'm excited for that. Been seeing our family, but it's just, we're like getting...
We needed a little break. We needed a refresher for like 5 weeks. We kind of stood back.
Hug the grandkids and then just kind of get ready, and we'll see them again for the holidays. So just, I needed that little piece in between. What are you doing?
It's like a spider. I don't know where he flew in from.
Spiders don't fly.
Well, they have a web and they kind of like
he's in your hair.
No, I hit him on your shoulder.
But what about that one?
Whatever.
Anyway, you should have shared that big spider. Okay. There was a huge spider, like it was this big.
Yeah, he was in the
Todd
box.
Screamed.
Oh, in the boxes.
I wish I would have. Why don't you take them around?
Okay.
Show them, because we do get a lot of emails about how are these things going, and then you go do that, and I'm gonna go finish making dinner for Mom.
Okay, and then I'll come back and retool and revisit with you before we leave. How's that for a plan? Okay, I'm gonna show you the things. We'll start with those top 4 things that we talked about a year ago, and then I'll show you some other stuff to get them up to speed. How's that?
You're just gonna show him. He's gonna show you.
Yeah, you're gonna come with me. You're gonna come with me. You're coming with me. While she goes in, let's start with the top 4 things. When we did the video, it's now our #1 video that's ever been seen. And we started out talking about the 𝗲𝐸. So we're gonna talk about the updates. I'm gonna bust through them really super fast. And I'm gonna share a couple other things that people have been asking about that I just feel like maybe we should mention since we started, and it's been 3 years. So #1, the 𝗲𝐸. I just did a whole bunch of updates. I put new air in it and things like that. New air. I added air because after a while, when you're running, there's an indicator window that's here. that shows you where you're at in the level of what you have in your airbag. So I added some air. It's still working great. We truly love this thing. Underneath, you know, we have the lithium batteries from Enduro batteries. And Harrison is still by far answering questions by anyone that's coming. There's been so many people buy Enduro batteries that it's because of their customer service, and they're still a smaller company, so he's able to answer those questions. So this is working exactly like we wanted to. Now, we only have 400 amp hours. And if you ask me, do we think we needed more? It's achieving what we need to when we put the slides in and we fly home to see the kids. It can run our residential refrigerator. Everything works like it should. Now, I think 600 amp hours would probably be a little bit better, a little more peace of mind, but quite honestly, it's doing everything that we need it to do. We do have 1100 watts of solar that's on top that keeps everything charged, so it's perfect. Now, the other two things that were in that video were actually a TPMS sensor. The TPMS sensor is by Tire Minder. So we are still rocking the Tire Minder. Still love them. I just actually rotated the tires because I found out right away that the way things were wearing, and on a 3-axle, when you're doing a lot of pivoting, you're gonna find that your middle tire wears a little different than your back tire or your front tire. So now I rotate them, but it's actually still a lot of peace of mind. The last thing that was in that top 4 things was our internet, and we are still rocking internet on the go. And I'll put the link up here. Down below in the description, you'll be able to find that. We're using 2 SIM cards. We're actually using T-Mobile and Verizon. We got away from AT&T because it tended not to do the things that it needed to do. It was always cutting in and out. But since we made the switch to Verizon and T-Mobile, it's been great. I still have, in the very first video that we did, if you look up here, you see I have an external antenna. It is tilted backwards because of wind, and I got tired of going up there to set it down and then put it up and set it down. So now I just keep it at like a 45-degree angle, and it works great, so now I don't have to go up there. Along with this internet comes the security cameras. I have a TikTok video that now has, I don't know, almost 100,000, 200,000 views when I talked about just the cameras we have on for peace of mind. So we have a camera over each door. So there's one in the back, over each one of the side doors, and then I put one in the front that's angled down a little bit. Nothing on the other side because there's no entries on the other side. Here, let me set you down over here. Now, we use a security camera called Blink, and it's from Amazon. And they do, the only way that you can actually have peace of mind doing security cameras and the things you're doing, it relies on your internet. So internet on the go.net has been fabulous for us. It's achieved everything that we've needed it to, so we can actually arm and disarm them from my phone as we travel and we're in different locations. So sometimes I'll turn them on, sometimes I turn them off. It just depends. These are I think when you have internet's like, that's why it made the top 4, is because it basically just runs everything in your life. You're either trying to check emails to talk to your kiddos, you're hooking up to it from your phone to have basically calls with the kids or family, or we're using it to run this, like, oh, there's a picture frame in here that actually the kids can upload pictures so we can see pictures from home from the grandkids. Internet becomes like the lifeblood, and we saw all these different videos that popped up that were talking about, hey, should we go with the, you know, with like the Starlink thing from Elon, you know, and we just didn't go down that road because we thought that there would be a time where they needed to work out the kinks and stuff. So we have stayed with where we're at, and we're very happy with that. Now, there's some other little things that people have been asking about. Like, number 1, you know that we wrapped our RV. And when we wrapped Fiona, we did matte black on the bottom, and then up on top we did the green. Well, just like anything else, you have to maintain it. So I just pulled out all the caulking and then just redid the caulking on that. And on the back, everything's working still appropriately. We are having some issues now where this wonderful door that comes down, we have one of the earlier versions. I did do sealing, I did all the caulking, but now it looks like it started to get some water wicking at the bottom of it, and we started to see the bulge, and that means that at some point this door is either going to have, it's probably going to have to be replaced. That's probably the main thing that we're having issues right now. Most of you know that the front slide had issues and it was missing rollers underneath of it. And now that we've put the rollers, we don't have any issues with the slide coming in and out. Everything's working perfectly now. And then the last thing I generally will get questions on are these boxes. Are these Lippert boxes worth it? Let me show you. See how far back they are? So let me show you the problem with having them back this far. Oh, it just rained. So the reason I liked the boxes was because it gave me, since the 395 has limited storage compartment, it gave me a place on one side to put our electrical components, and on the other side, basically the components for our hoses and the sewer stuff. The problem is that when you put them this far back, they rub. And as you can see, they started to rub pretty bad. In a few instances, you hear them back there rubbing as we're going. And when that happens through the course of time on the other box, they have now gotten real thin, and I have a couple holes in the side of them. If you go to replace these, they're like $300 and some a piece. So they're very proud of them. So I'm thinking about putting a piece of metal on here, gluing it on, and maybe putting some sort of rivet or something in them that when they do rub, that I don't lose the corners. Other than that, if I look like it's going to be a potential problem, I'll pull the boxes off. It takes 2 seconds. I'll throw them in the back of the truck until we generally will get into our RV space. That's what but I do love them, and they've served an incredible purpose. The problem is, on the 395 MS, they don't mount properly, so we actually had to weld 2 different cross member bars to actually mount this up underneath. So if you're going to go this route, you're going to spend anywhere from $700 to like $1,100 for the boxes, and then you're going to have to modify them to get them to fit on your RV. But they are worth it. I'll try to put links down below in the description that you can use, that you can kind of find out about the boxes and stuff as well. We also have an Amazon store that I've put a lot of stuff that you might see in the videos that you'll be able to, go and check out. And if you have any questions, you can leave a comment down below. If we can't answer it, somebody that's on our switch crew can, and try to help out the best we can. All right, so let me throw this back in. And those are all the primary big, huge updates. Oh, the truck. You're gonna ask me about the truck and the wrap. Okay, let me run over there. Shrek's still looking pretty. Here's the thing. This is called Indestructible Wrap. It's made by Vivid. It only comes in 2 colors, this black and then a light gray. It's done everything. People still, to this day, when we walk out of stores, they're out there, they're petting the truck. Like they just want to see what it is and have questions. We still love it. And it's done great at protecting everything from rock chips and stuff like that. Is it worth it? Absolutely. I know we spent probably close to $3,500 when we first started to have the wrap done, but man, has it really served everything that we've asked for. So in the future, when we go to sell the truck, we'll probably leave the wrap on it, because I think so many people like it and it's so different that I just think it'll be a good thing just to leave. I think it might be an added value. The answer is yes. And we used that same wrap underneath to prevent rock chips from the truck kicking up and hitting the RV as well. This is not fared as well because I used it on top up here in this area, and I coated most of this, but then some areas I've had to cut out because it wasn't holding through the course of time. I think that's kind of on me because I didn't do the maintenance that needed to get done. But those are the main stuff. Let's run in real quick, see if Sheila has any parting thoughts. If you have any questions about any of these updates, leave a comment down below. We can use them in a future video. And if we missed something or if you needed a link, leave a comment and we can find that as well. But hopefully that helps. Let's see what Sheila's doing.
Hello.
Oh, you're on camera now.
I'm getting together for Father's Day.
No, you were over here and Diana goes, hey, switch it up over there. I'm like, I gotta go say hi.
Hi.
Because I watch all your I love it. Good to see you.
I went to high school with her.
I was sharing with them some different things. Can we see what's for dinner real quick? No? No,
Well,
you can't see what's for
I'm
dinner.
cooking. I'm making Tex-Mex lasagna. And if you want recipes every once in a while, you should check out our newsletter.
Oh, look at you in the
Yeah.
shameless plug. You can find that on our website.
But I was also thinking, one of the things we've get asked a lot of questions about is, well, you told us about what you'd upgrade outside. People have asked about the inside.
Yeah.
And I have some things that I would upgrade inside. Do you want to do that? You want to show them that?
No.
Oh,
I
you
think
don't?
what we're going to do is we'll do like top 4 or 5 things to upgrade immediately on the inside of your RV. We'll save that for another video. That's called a teaser, kids.
Look at you. He's making a plan, people. I'm rubbing off on him. It's only been 2.5 years.
You're going to need to subscribe to see that video.
Okay.
I mean, you're going to have to put some time in. So we're not expecting you to go back to the beginning and start watching, because that's a lot. But, you know, you should subscribe right now and we'll see what Sheila has planned for the inside. Because I honestly have no idea what you would say for that.
Do you want to do that next week?
We could try to do that next week.
All right, next week. Tune in next
now
week.
I feel like all this pressure all of a sudden. Okay, tune in next week.
I'm going to go finish dinner.
Thanks for tuning in. Sheila, we are...
We're out.